So I'm the casino owner. Can't lose. It's wonderful.
People watching this, okay, they've been given a lot of information, and you're reeling off a lot of information for people, which is fantastic. So what would you say if they're going, okay, I don't really know which way to turn. There's this and there's that and there's this and there's that. Where would you sort of direct them? What would you say to them?
Okay. The other thing that I've learned, John, is that a lot of people, they have a problem. And the problem is they hate their job or they need to make more money. And they want a solution to the problem. And what most people do is they give them what they think is the solution to the problem by giving them, yeah, here's the solution. Look, get on that training. Yeah, get on this training. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, you've got to get through that. But this, I'm telling you that this is what will get you through. Yeah, get on that. And we're not actually solving anybody's problem. We're giving them another problem because now they're short on time. They're low on money. They've now got to invest time, right, in the training that they think is going to get them out. So what I would say is, if you're interested, one, give it a year. You don't eat an elephant in one sitting, right? Two, if you just want to, I am not a great trader. I'm not a great, John's been on my sessions, right? What do I do, John?
Yeah, literally. It's the formula. Just go through it and walk it through. Yeah.
So if you are one of those people and you're like, oh, there's a lot of information, you come on the live sessions, and we've tried to make it, we encourage you to go through the basics. Each video is about 5 minutes long, right? They're very short. I don't think there's even that many of them. I haven't counted because they've changed it since I did it 3 years ago. So I've only had to look through. But we ask you to go through those to save you asking all like the basics on the live calls, but they won't take you long to get through. If you've watched them, get in on the live tradings, because we do the same thing day in, day out. We've broken it down to incredibly simple. And I mean, I try and do it as much as I can. I know some days it varies because there's a group and there's questions, but I hope I do, and John will tell me if I'm wrong, but I actually say things like, can you see these lines?
Yeah.
Are they in the purple bit or out the purple bit? If they're out the purple bit and you can see that, you can be a trader. Well done.
Yeah.
And then I go, see these dots? Are they above or are they below? And, you know, even though I've got people that have been on since we started doing the live trading back in August, you know, they go below, you know, above, below. But I've broken it down to incredibly, I don't want to be condescending either. It's a difficult balance, but I kind of don't want to be condescending or patronizing to people.
Yeah.
But there's the strategy we do now, 25 to life. One of our guys, John, is an awesome guy. He likes his job, so he doesn't do live trading. But guess what? He trades very successfully. His win rate, I've still got it up. Yes. So far this month, he's given us 1,345 pips. Because he trades and he gives us his trades, and he uses the strategy called 25 to life that he's put us onto, that is taught in IM Academy, and that is what we are doing now as the strategy that will suit anybody. I don't care how busy you are. If you can't, John sometimes does his trades at 2 in the morning because he wakes up, he says, I'll check my phone, I'll have a look. If there's a setup, I'll put it in, go back to sleep. You know, you can do it before you go to work, lunch break, toilet break even, you know. This strategy, we're really into it because it's very clearly defined and everything. And again, what I'm doing is that part of it is you get a particular point and you have to look two candles or price bars to the left and 2 to the right. Now, if you're looking for a buy, you have to decide which ones are the highest, the ones to the left or the ones to the right. I'm even drawing the lines on to show people to make it incredibly visual. And although it may seem overly simplistic to some people, the messages I get every day that thank me for doing it tell me that I've got that bit right. Because it's just like, wow, it's so obvious when you actually draw it out. So we do that, and it is very simple, one bit at a time. Just learn one strategy, focus on one strategy. One of the strategies we have is 3 steps. It's 3 steps.
I've seen it. Module Unit 2, go through BYOB, and they've got all the check sheets to look at.
Awesome. Now we ninja it up a bit because we're the ninja team, and we'll give you what will make it from a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 win rate to a definite 8, 9 out of 10 win rate. So we give you the extras But if you just do the straightforward 3 steps, you should be winning 7 out of 10, I reckon. Maybe 8.
From taking these live sessions that you've been doing them, how long have you been doing now?
Since August. We started tentatively in July. We started recording them properly in August.
Yeah.
And then we started with one strategy. We switched to the BYOB strategy, the 3-step one, because it was easier. And now we've got a bit of a problem because we're deciding, do we just focus on one still or do both? And at the minute, it looks like we're doing both.
Yeah. But how much of a difference have you seen from people's development from doing those live coachings? Well,
when I started, I was told, Paul, give it 6 months.
Yeah.
To learn, to learn. When we put the Ninja Group together 3 years ago, and we put some stuff in the units, and we had resources there, we got that down to 3 months, and we said, listen, if you give it 90 days, at the end of 90 days, you'll know if this is. What I say is, you'll know if you want to make money this way. Then, as we've added the simpler strategies that we've all worked together as a team, and do you know what, guys? What I will say is, it's not the company that make. We're not a company lover, right? I'm not a company lover. I only care, does it work? And that's what I do, right? So I haven't found any better company than the one we've got for what they offer. So all I want to know is, do the tools work? What makes it work? Our job, the way we see our job, and I say this on a lot of the sessions, my job is to be able to get somebody who's brand new and get them in and be able to trade. So it was 6 months for me. We got it down to 90 days, 3 months. And I still tell people, you really got to give it 3 months.
Yeah.
But did you see, were you on this morning?
I wasn't, no, I was busy this morning.
So I congratulated a guy, his name's Pop Sharif. I don't know if that's a nickname or if that's his real name. But Pop got his first 10 pips. He joined last week. He made his first 10 pips. And with one of the strategies we teach, a lot of people get, oh, how many pips have you made? How many pips have you made? Well, one of the things that we teach, guys, is you only need 10 pips a day, which is an incredibly small amount of pips. And if you know that you're going to win 9 out of 10, you can make those 10 pips that you win be worth pretty much as you want to do. But we say don't risk any more than 5% of your account on that. And you ought to be able to get, say, 3%. So now we've got, Pop isn't alone. We've got people coming in now that are actually trading in their first week thanks to the live trading. So if you come in, we give you a 7-day trial to see what we do in the group. So you can come and see the live trading for 7 days. However, you can't actually test everything properly because you don't have access to the tools, because the company that we use for our stuff, they charge, we can't help that. But you could have 7 days with us. Then you could do the 7-day money back guarantee period with the company. Okay. Then you can really, check the seats, smell the leather, get under the bonnet and all that. And then if you give it 30 days, and at the end of the 30 days, 7 days isn't enough, I'll be honest with you. But if you say just gave it 1 month, most people now are hooked within a month, and there's no reason why you can't be trading live. Why do I say that? John Doherty gives us his trades, known as Forex 5. He's done 1,345 pips. No, you won't catch them all because you got a life. I hope you got a life. 2, you can get on with Barley Granville, who's one of the guys we recommend. He's doing about 15% a week of growth, and we're not meant to talk percentages, so scrub that. But he's a very successful trader who gives us his trades, and we show you how to get access to them on our live trading sessions.
Well, they've also got access on these units to the interview that you did with Barley.
Oh, yeah, Barley's a great guy. He's honestly, again, like John followed me for a while before he joined. I followed Barley for a long time before I sort of went to the group. Guys, this guy's on fire. He's really good. Yeah. So you can get done for you trades, but the live trading is what will make you self-sufficient. When I started, I was kind of reliant on my mentor, my guy who got me into it. What do I do? We've tried to make it very hard. We've worked to make sure that you're not in that position. If you're reliant on John or Barley, and I still take their trades, because why would I not? But if John goes on holiday for 2 weeks, what do you do? If Barley, decides he's not going to do this anymore, because it's quite a commitment for him, again, he doesn't win every trade. Nobody does. How many people moan when he loses a trade that haven't got the right mindset? It's quite, you're quite out there.
Yeah.
So what if he decides he's going to stop doing it? All of a sudden, all those people that are making good money every month, every week, it disappears. So we encourage in the Ninja Group, guys, that you will learn a skill for life here. And Christopher Terry, who owns the company we use, IM Academy, he's on record as saying his job is to make it that you don't need IM Academy. He's actually on record as saying that. He wants you to learn a skill for life. Because as long as there's more than one currency in the world, you're going to be able to trade Forex.
I think that's what, again, looking personally, I sort of started this with thinking, obviously I've been online since 2007, building businesses and that sort of thing. But it's gone from, okay, let's see what this thing's all about, to, okay, I'm now understanding it, to thinking, wow, this is now life changing, and where can we now take it?
Have you shown people the compounding spreadsheets?
Yeah.
Well, if you've seen those guys, game over,
Yeah.
The only thing that will get in the way is what I call resistance. And it's a mindset thing, but anything that you want to do that's worth doing, you'll get resistance. And it's your brain. Your brain is lazy. It likes to go down its neural pathways, they're called, and it likes to go down the same route. And you heard that expression, better the devil you know? That's what your brain does. So even if you're not in the best of places, your brain knows it. So your brain wants to try and keep you there. So whenever you come up with an opportunity that can completely change your life, like this has for me, you're going to get, that voice in your head, I don't know if I could learn this. Oh, this looks complicated. I'm too busy to do this. I nearly quit. I'll be honest with you guys. I nearly quit. I'm like, I haven't got time to learn this. And we've simplified it. So don't worry. Your experience won't be the same as mine, right? There wasn't a ninja group when I started, for example. Honestly, there was nothing. It was just like, there was one live trader.
Yeah.
Right. There was one source of done for you trades that usually came in at 4 o'clock in the morning for me. And there was the harmonic scanner, which ironically, we've come full circle. It's the tool that we use most now. I had to use that one because it was the only tool that was there, and I couldn't get the signals that came through at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I had to sort of get good with the scanner, but there was no educator for the scanner. I think there's 5 now, what we teach. But you will get that resistance.
I really hope people watching this have gone through Unit 1, because in the first day I talk about mindset, and whenever I do a course, I always talk about mindset. And I've done a podcast called Reprogramming Your Mind for Success, and it covers exactly what you just said. So if they've gone through day 1, and you just said it again, obviously being a master NLP practitioner, that's really going to make sense for people. So really, what I would say is, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you haven't been to Unit 1. Is to go back and check it out. Definitely.
Go.
Yeah.
There's a great book, and it's called, I think it's Millionaire Success Habits. Dean Graziosi. Go and get that book. And he talks about the inner villain. You've got a saboteur inside of you, and that inner villain, its job is to stop you being successful. And if you look for that, you start noticing it. And what I say to people is, when you hear that voice that says, I can't do this, this is crazy, how am I meant to fit this in? This is difficult. Well, if you're listening to the voice, that voice isn't you, is it?
No.
And we're brought up to think that these voices are our thoughts, so it's us. It's not. Your brain is an organ like your lungs, like your kidneys, like your spleen, like your gallbladder. And your brain, how can it communicate with you? Well, it takes information in with the 5 senses. The only way it can get a hold of you, right, is by using pictures, sounds, i.e. little voices in your head, right? So when you're hearing that, just remember that isn't you. That's your brain kind of saying, hey, should we be concerned about this? And you just got to flip the question. How do I make time for it? How do I learn it? How do I break this down then into small chunks? Paul said, get on the lives. I can't. But they're all recorded. There's a whole support group there. Anytime you got a question, I would be very surprised if you didn't get an answer within an hour or 2. Yeah. Right? We have a chat group. So you can ask in the group, you can ask in the chat group, you can get on to up to 6 hours a day of live training. And every Monday we have a dedicated Q&A. Again, no question too stupid. How do I turn my computer on? It's there for newbies, but they go off on all sorts of tangents and talk about all sorts of, I don't work for NASA, but Brian, the guy that hosts it, is absolutely incredible. He seems to know everything.
Yeah, he's a wise guy. Talking about twists and turns, we've gone from talking to Forex about now talking about gallbladders. So it's
a talent of mine, John.
Yeah, it's great. I tell you what, it's fantastic, and I think the sort of level of knowledge that we've all got as a community. I think that's why people are really making inroads in. I mean, I was talking to Sarah previously, and it's on this unit, and her biggest challenge was purely psychological. And I think everyone's challenge is always psychological and getting over those barriers and those resistances.
It always is. Like I said, trading Forex is easy. It really is easy, guys. I'm not being funny. The actual Forex bit is easy. It's a mindset.
Yeah. I normally have we've been on an hour, just almost an hour, and it feels like we've been on for 5 minutes. And I think we've covered a huge amount of content.
Probably too much, sorry.
It'll be no, fantastic. Because I'll tell you what, the reason I like doing these interviews the way I do them, obviously they're not scripted. I mean, Christ, it'd be a hell of a long script if it was. But it's just, I come in with an open question, and then, just exactly what I used to do in the police, ask an open question and pick out the pertinent points. And yeah, it's fantastic. So,
is that, say, with the police, is that when they were asking you questions, or were you asking the questions?
What was the question again?
When you said when you were with the police, was that where you were being questioned, or were you on the police side?
Yeah, Tuesday, I'd say.
As seen on Crime Watch. No, I'm only joking.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
So it's great, and I mean, again, I think we've covered everything in terms of for this video. Really, all it's we've said about going to the 7-day trial, about looking at all the things that we've got on offer, and crikey.
Can I just say then, just my last bit, right? Yeah. And then I'll shut up and let John close it out. But can I just say, the reason we set the Ninja group up is because, but by the time you join the Ninja group, you've already spent, we're not selling you anything, right? So by the time you've already seen the company, you've decided if you want to get the company. Like I say, the reason it started was because we know how hard it is starting anything, right? Whatever, I play guitar quite badly, but when I first started to learn to play guitar, it actually physically hurts, your fingers and stuff like that. Whenever you start anything new, it's the hardest it's ever going to be is when you start. That's the hardest it's ever going to be. So the Ninja group was started with that in mind, and there are now over 400 people that are all pulling forward in the same direction. Okay, that we've actually got a sister group, right? And there's over 900 people in that group now, right? So there's a lot of people that are all pulling in the same direction. We all share resources. We're all there to help you. And that's another thing that one of my mentors taught me. I like to be self-sufficient. He said, Paul, you've got to accept help, right? Now, the help is there. That's why we do the live trading sessions. And they are, the biggest thing that has made the biggest difference to getting people into profit with this fast. Okay. And again, you can get IM Academy absolutely for free with 2 referrals. We have stuff to help you do that as well. So there's all the help you could ever want. If you haven't got time and you haven't got money, that's why the Ninja group is set up for you. All of us pulling together in the same direction, everybody helping each other out. So I just say it's there for you. Take advantage of it, guys. We're not even charging for it, so go for it. And I'll shut up and let you close it out then, John.
That's okay. Look, see, I told you it was a live video. Look, the dogs just jumped up.
There you go.
Said it would. In shot. So, yeah, I mean, once again, Paul, thank you so much for your time. I really always, that's a good way. I always appreciate you.
Talking to me. Sorry. Oh.
yeah. Go sit down. Later. Yeah, again, I really appreciate your time coming on and just taking your time out to come and speak to the people watching these units and just give us your insight into what we do as a community. So I really appreciate that.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.